Damn, this thing just dropped, bro. Man. Okay. So, streaming settings, live chat, save. I can't really see. This is really weird. I can't really see. All right, so what's the time? All right, it's almost 9 audio flakes. Let's get to work. If you guys have any questions, just type it in the chat because I can't really see. I can't really see the comments here. Or if you guys want to see, you know, I hope today will be good, man. Let's back. Should be alright. What a bit of money. Yeah, I use. Bruh, this shit is so weird. Alright, I hope the resolution is fixed. Look at this thing. If we shorted this at 17, or even somewhere here, 16, that's almost a $2 per share profit. So if you go in 300 shares, you'll be up $600. If you go 1,000, you'll be up $2,000. And just completely fall apart, right? I mean, I was saying I could have gotten into this, but a rule is a rule, and as much as this is why it's difficult, right? As much as it sucks, you just gotta sit back and let it go without you. But I hope this gets pushed a little bit higher to the 1550 area, market open. Okay, it says live chart, but I can't type on it for some strange reason. Right, let's sit back and wait, I guess.
Jeez.
What? Did you see that? Yeah, I was looking at it. I borrowed it when I was at 17, dude. That's at 17.
Borrowing it, really.
Yeah. But it was only like $20, so I hope they push it market open, you know? Alright, gotta sit back and watch. I think watch list for me so far is nothing here. Ah, this is MRNS. Was it MRNS? I think it was MRNS. minus, and if this comes to chat. All right, let's go through the watch list and create some what I'm watching, right? And then we can kind of dive into what we're looking at. Okay, so all right, so the first thing that I am watching is this one here, right? So let's put this at daily. Alright, so IPOB. What I'm looking for this, the first one is IPOB. So for me, I mean, I want this to push at least for me to have a starter to this area. I would have generally probably if it goes parabolic. If it's stair stepping up, I won't touch it. Right? If stair stepping up, I won't touch it. But if it goes parabolic out of the gate, where Ross and other people would chase it, I probably would have a starter, and I'll add all the way up to here. Right? I'll add all the way up to there, and if it breaks, that's fine. Let it break and see how it does. Right? And if it goes into a hold, that's even better for me. Right? So that's what I'm looking. If it doesn't give me an entry point with a push, I won't touch it. I won't chase. So I already paid $20 for locate, so that's fine. I'll just eat up that as a loss. This is one of them that I'm watching. So I'm watching on this. The higher price I'm watching is $15 area, or 15.50, 15.5. I'm not watching the low. So that's just this. If this goes higher and hits that 15.50, this would it's like an alert system. It would, yeah. You see how it would notify me like that? Because I put it 1.5 in. But I need to do 15. 15.5. Alright, so now if it comes to 15.5, it would show me. The next one that I'm watching, this one here, I mean, I'm trying to get to see what it looks like. on a 20 years period so that I can. Yeah, so if you look at a bigger time frame like this, right? As you can see right now, where is it at? It's at $5. So it's around this $5 area, right? I want this to come to 7 for me to get very interested into short. But this is also a very dangerous zone. The reason why I wanted this area, is because if you're looking at here, there's a lot of people who bought during this time, right? So majority of the volume in the last, couple of, I would say a few months, is that this area is where majority of the people bought and sold, right? So when it comes here, there will be people who bought and still sitting on their position. So if they bought 1,000, 2,000 shares, 10,000 shares, right now they'll be down in their position when it's right here, right? But when it pops and comes to the $7 area, that $10,000 loss would just go to zero. And when it goes zero, what happens is they sell their position because they've been in pain for the last month or two, right? Because they were down 10 grand, 20 grand, or whatever. So now when this thing pops to the $7 area, what happens is they would think that this is their opportunity to get out, and they would sell. So this area would create a pressure of a downside force on the stock. But I'm not the only person also looking at this area for short selling, right? Looking at this area for short selling, other short sellers would come. So buyers who bought during this crazy time, thinking, okay, it could go higher, or people who bought into this thinking it could go higher, would average down. Now they're loaded with shares, they're still holding. So those people would turn into sellers, short sellers would turn into sellers. So there's a lot of downside force around this area, $7, $6.90 area. That's the area that I'll be looking at, right? I won't be looking at anything. I'm not interested in this EMA line or anything like that. I purely trade based on the supply and demand, where I think majority of the people are and what they're likely to do. So that's the area that I'll be looking at. But the danger zone is if it breaks this, it means that the 20,000 share seller guys, they got bought up, which means there's a lot of more buyers to soak all of these sellers that are bag holders that are trapped in here, to soak all of those people up and still go higher. It means the buying force is way greater than all the short sellers force combined with the bag holders force, right? So if that happens, this thing could push to 12, 13, and maybe higher, right? But also, this is not the only thing you'll be looking at. You'll be looking at level 2s, and you'll be looking at other stuff as well. So this is an example of what you need to look at in terms of like you're looking to short. So for that reason, I'm just not interested. As you can see, it came to that 6,625 as it's approaching. So the people when this was when this thing was at $4, right? There would have been $2 per share down. When this thing came like the 620 area, right, which is somewhere here, you see it literally touched the bottom of that, which is 620. So that is used. It's already worked. Do you get what I mean? It's already worked because it came. Let's see what the highest price it got up to, 625. So it did go to that 625, 620 area where it touched the bottom of this resistance level. So these areas are the ones that work. But right now, I'm not interested unless it comes to that. So I'm not interested in that. Let's go to the next one. This one already looked at. Scroll down. This one here, again, not interested. Just definitely not interested because it's just going down. Some people like this. They think, the way they play is they look for a weak stock and they capitalize on the weakness of that particular stock. I personally like strength because I want more range. The reason why I wouldn't trade, was it Fran or Yeah, the reason why I wouldn't trade this is because it doesn't have a lot of room. It doesn't give me a lot of profits. Now, if you're going into Fran, what are you expecting? Are you expecting to this, right? What are the chances it could go to this or pull back up? You don't know, so it's a gamble for me. So this pretty much is the only play that I'm watching today at the moment. Let's just go through the gappers and see if we can find anything. For that, I'll do this. Alright, this one here, again, just not interested. I don't think it will come to this. I mean, it probably most likely would wash here, and this area would just hold as a support level. So, not interested, not interested, not interested, not interested, definitely not interested. Now, this looks really, really nice for long play, but I still wouldn't touch it because no range. I don't go in a trade looking to gain 10, 20 cents, right? I want a decent range. For a small account, that's how you grow it. So, I mean, if this comes to this area, then I'll be interested to short it. The reason why I wouldn't go for 10, 20 cents is because the amount of shares I'm buying. Yeah, if I'm buying, 10,000, 20,000 shares, then yeah, 10, 20 cents makes sense, right? So, pretty much dead. There is nothing. Man, now I kind of regret not going into this IPOB, but a rule is a rule. You can't break it. So these lines are from the past. So you guys can't see the stream? Can you guys let me know if I'm streaming now? No, nothing. Oh, so it's working now? Okay. If you guys have any question, just type it in the chat. For some strange reason, the chat is not working. So right now there's literally nothing. CCL, wow. If you guys have any questions, just hit me up, yeah. So that way, I'll be able to answer it. Or if there's something you guys want to look at in depth. Yeah. I mean, pretty much there's literally nothing today. Pretty much there's nothing so far. Everything pretty quiet. Yeah, right. What's that guy doing? Alright, I think this is working. It's pretty quiet, it's really boring. There's literally nothing. Alright, so we get a little bit of a pop on a here. What's the time? What is the time? So I just go into a trade. Just the starter size. Let me see if Ross is putting this thing now. Alright, as you can see, it just lets me know when it goes above 50. I just had a starter of 100 shares at 15.37. So Ross is chasing it with a lot of people, with it, followers. It's still not going. So that's definitely a good sign. I have a feeling this could potentially push to the 16 area though. So I'm up a little bit on my position. It's definitely a good sign when, I mean, how many viewers on Ross? I mean, there's freaking, 6,000 people. So 6,000 people watching this thing at the same time, trying to push it, but it's not going up. I hope it goes higher though, because I want it to go higher. The higher it goes, the harder it falls, right? So pretty much there's nothing at the moment. Just sitting back and watching and monitoring. So Ross is down on his position to start out with today. I'm up a little bit. Damn, it's really cold here, man. Aren't you cold, Aaron?
Me?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, that's a little push. That's an okay push. Just had a starter to, you know, to see what it's going to do. I think people are jumping in this $1 stock. NUVS. Let's have a look at it. NUVS. NV. I think that's it. Alright, so why I wouldn't trade this. This is an all-time high chart, right? This is how what it looks like when you put in since the actual. This is what it looks like since the actual stock literally opened, right? So that's the price it opened at on the IPO. I mean, it did go to 7, but what is this 2020? So it has a massive drop on this March. So last year March. So definitely unrelated to COVID or anything like that. Wow, what a drop from there. I mean, if I'm too short, this would be the level I'll be looking at. But I'm kind of banking on this one a little bit, so I'm happy. Man, people are just trying to jump all over this thing. It will not give you a range. It just doesn't have a range. How much are you gonna make? Like 2-3 cents? You know? To make money on this thing, you gotta go like 30,000 shares or so. Alright, sucks because there's literally nothing moving at the moment. Yeah, it's coming back to my average at the moment, so let's see what it does. I think market open it might push this higher. Alright, we've got about 10 minutes to the bell. I mean, this could go from what, 04 to 012. That's a what, you know, less than 10 cents, 8 cents move. If you trade this one here, you could easily make more than 10 cents, yeah? So why not trade this? Why go the other one? Because this could potentially give you, if you have the right entries, you know, a lot more. So they're pushing this thing, which is good. Let's get it going, but have to be careful on this ones for two reasons. The first reason is that currently it's a short market. Yeah, a lot of things are washing and dropping, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is that when the short market turns into a long market, it will be because of there will be one stock that's just gonna rip and just put every short seller upside down. That's what would reignite the market, you know, to the long side, and then longs get like right now, Russ and other long traders, they're not confident because they got burnt yesterday. They're trying to buy, they're trying to push stuff, it's not going anywhere, right? Which means shorts are confident and they go on bigger share size and going a bit more aggressive, right? But there will be one that's going to put everybody upside down, and then the market cycle goes into the long side. And that the one usually what happens is it would be easy to borrow, it would be low float. So it's easy to borrow, and this could put people upside down. But yeah, it's definitely wiki. So it's kind of pushing, it dipped. I don't like these consolidation areas, are not good things per se. So I'm just going to sit back and wait patiently for that 1640 area to add into. Alright, the key point right now is just stay patient and, you know, let the market open, let it do its thing. So I'm not gonna add here, I'm not gonna do anything, I'm just gonna, you know, stay patient, let it do what it does. Oh, fuck. Can't scare the shit out of me. Yo, do you have like an earphone at the phone?
Nah.
I saw earphones on the phone.
What?
Earphone.
I don't.
No?
I don't have.
You sure?
Yeah.
Or are you just talking shit?
I'm gonna go along with this fucking thing, dude.
Are ya? It'll be first long.
I don't know, man. I just don't fucking. I don't know if I said short. I feel it. Or I might like. I'll probably go look at the $50, $60 stocks, to be honest. Are you in?
No.
Oh, you are in.
I'm in, yeah, I'm in.
What's your average?
My average is at 1537, just 100 shares. Not a sure size, let's see what it does. I mean, the fact that it's easy to borrow
What's your max?
makes me a bit nervous. But the levels that I'm watching is that it's this area. This area is what I'll add, and I want to see what it does there. But the news is not. It's not like a great news. Yeah, it's not. It's not like a, you know, they got approval for COVID or anything like that. It's just a merger to enable them to trade publicly, right? So just keep that in mind. Even though it's a positive news, it's not one of those positive news where it really brings in a lot of retail buyers like Russ and all that. They just buy it based on the chart, what they looked at, right? But internally, the money that matters, the big buyers, it doesn't mean a lot. I mean, they're becoming publicly traded to actually, you know, sell shares and raise money, right? So even though the news is great, it's not the best. All right, good luck, guys. I'm just gonna stop streaming now. Good luck.